sacred groves, forest bathing as Christian contemplation. What if stepping into the woods could become an act of prayer? What if slowing down among trees, sunlight and silence could draw you closer to God? Today we're exploring an ancient practice with a modern name, forest bathing or Shinrin-yoku, and how it can become a powerful form of Christian contemplation. In a world filled with constant noise, notifications and distractions, many Christians feel spiritually exhausted. We long to hear God more clearly, but stillness feels hard to find. Yet Scripture reminds us again and again that God reveals himself through creation. The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19:12. Forest bathing invites us to step into that declaration, not to rush, not to analyze, but simply to be present. Forest bathing doesn't mean hiking miles or exercising. It means slow, mindful immersion in nature. You walk gently. You pause often. You engage your senses. You notice the sound of leaves, the texture of bark, the way light filters through branches. For Christians, these moments become opportunities to recognize the artistry of God written into creation. This isn't worshipping nature. It's worshipping the Creator through his creation. This practice may sound new, but the rhythm is deeply biblical. Jesus frequently withdrew to quiet, natural places to pray. He went into the wilderness. He climbed mountains. He sought solitude among open skies and silence. These moments weren't escapes from his mission. They were where his mission was renewed. When we step into nature with intention, we follow that same pattern, withdrawing not from faith but from distraction. Forest bathing as Christian contemplation does not replace church, scripture, or community worship. Instead, it complements them. Just as fasting or silence deepens our spiritual life, time in nature restores the soul and quiets the mind. Standing among towering trees reminds us of our smallness and God's greatness. It humbles us. It recenters us. It invites gratitude. There's another fruit that grows from contemplative time in nature, stewardship. When forests become places of prayer, creation is no longer just a resource. It becomes sacred space. Genesis calls us to tend and keep the earth. Spending intentional time in creation helps us feel that responsibility more deeply. Caring for the environment becomes an act of faith, reverence, and obedience. At its heart, forest bathing is a form of sensory prayer. You may not speak many words. You may simply breathe. You listen with your ears, your eyes, your whole body. The peace of the forest calms the soul enough to notice God's gentle presence. In that stillness, prayer becomes less about asking and more about abiding. When we slow down and step into the woods, we don't leave sacred space behind. We enter it. In the quiet of the forest, many discover that God has been speaking all along, through wind, light, stillness, and beauty. May your next walk among the trees become a sanctuary, and your stillness an invitation to draw closer to the Creator.